Yo, yo, yo. I want to welcome you all back to the 5th episode of Corner Store Scoff, and I am your host.
Hop in that car, I be kicking and spend so much L's that I took, I be gigging away. Niggas keep back and 50, they gigging again. Once you do some fuck shit, we ain't speaking again. So a nigga fucked up and they leaving again. So my op down big, get the squeezing again. We gon' keep going hot till they free all the men. We gon' keep going hot till they free all the men. Free all the men.
Before we get started, I want to shout out everybody who've been supporting the podcast so far, all the subscribers. For those who ain't subscribed yet, make sure y'all subscribe so y'all won't miss out on this dope content that we got coming. With that being said, today's segment, we're going to talk about relationships, the importance of relationships, and things of that nature. My guest for the day, introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Danny.
Hi, I'm Kiki.
Danny, Kiki, welcome to Corner Store Scoff. So we about to get into relationships. First of all, are y'all single? What's y'all status?
I am single.
You single?
I am.
I'm not single.
Not
I'm
single?
in a relationship. Yes.
Relationship?
Yeah.
Why are you single?
Because my last partner and I, we grew apart.
I grew apart.
Mhm.
And how long have you been in a relationship?
A couple months.
Couple months.
Yeah.
Dope.
Couple months.
So how long was you in a relationship before y'all grew apart?
6 years.
6 years, a long time.
That's a very long time.
So how did y'all how you grow apart? I know
After
shit
so much-
happens, but
So after so long, right? I feel after 6 years, if it's no ring,
I
right?
feel the same
Being
way.
talked about, no property, no investment,
Yeah.
it's time to part ways.
just
I
like
agree.
that.
Oh, I agree with that.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
So basically no ring is no reason.
No investment,
Even no investments,
Yeah.
no
right? Because when you get in a relationship,
yeah.
you need more than love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You agree, right?
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after the love,
Mm-hmm.
you have the commitment, the monogamous commitment.
Got you.
Communication is there.
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty is there. The respect.
Mm-hmm.
Now you start building.
Facts.
Yeah.
So what you think is more important, respect or loyalty?
You can't have one without the other.
Go hand in hand.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
You
I
agree?
agree. 100%.
Okay, so what are the qualities of what are the qualities you look for when you dating somebody?
Oh man.
Ah.
Honesty
Honesty is
number one.
You said what?
Honesty.
Honesty,
Yes.
one. Communication.
communication,
Respect.
Respect.
He has to be fun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He has to be,
Can't be boring.
right.
Can't
Nobody
be
got-
boring, fellas. Can't be
Nobody
boring.
got time for that.
Respect.
He has
Honesty.
to be
Hmm?
he has to be versatile, right?
Yeah.
So I need someone that can challenge me. And when I mean challenge me, I mean my thoughts and
Mhm.
teaching me. If I can't learn from you, then
Right.
we're gonna bump heads.
So-
And vice versa. I feel that I should be able to teach him something too.
Yeah, it's a two-way
Mhm.
street.
Of course.
So fellas, y'all heard that, right? Y'all gotta be versatile. I'm doing this for the fellas. I gotta be versatile.
Well groomed,
Yes.
Yeah,
able to hold a conversation,
that's right.
without cursing. So there has to be
Intelligent.
I like
Yeah.
to communicate, so I like having conversations, and we can have conversations about anything. And when I
Mhm.
mean anything, I mean anything.
That's
That
right.
can be from football or basketball to the corporate world.
Facts.
Mhm.
You agree?
I agree. Everything. Check
All
it.
right, so
Yeah.
when do you I'm gonna put this. When do you know when the person you dating is that person?
When everything flows so effortlessly, nothing is complicated. You shouldn't have to work too hard for anything,
Yeah.
right? You can connect with a person, and it could be something a little difficult with women. I require a lot of time, you know. But when I see you making time for me, then I know that you're actually applying yourself, right?
Yeah.
Because you want to meet a person halfway. Nobody is perfect.
That's
I'm not
right.
perfect.
That's right.
I'm not asking him to
Yeah.
be perfect, but I'm
That's
going to
right.
try to be perfect for him and vice versa.
That's right.
So if it starts to flow so effortlessly, then you already know.
I agree.
Nah, you can't just be agreeing. You can't.
But
you
I
can't,
do
you
agree.
can't.
It's like,
So, no. You can't just be agreeing to everything she said.
why not?
You could. You could. You
know,
could.
but
No, fellas, as I see these women stick together, and they, you know, all right. So, what's the most important key to a successful relationship?
I would say communication is number one.
So communication
Yeah.
is number
Because
one.
I think nowadays, like relationships now lack communication,
Yes.
accountability they lack. So those two things,
Communication.
communication, and
Communication and consistency, right?
yeah,
A lot of times when you date, though, that's the early stages. You're getting to know someone. So I don't want to be so cliche and say that you're doing or you're selling yourself, but you are, right? So you perform to the best of your abilities. And then when you feel the time is right and you're ready to make the commitment, you know, you're ready to say, okay, you know, this is the one that, you know, we're going to go further on with. A lot of times people get comfortable. You still have to date even once you're in a relationship. People forget that, right?
Yeah.
Women forget that,
Yeah.
right? Because we can be very selfish, right? We can always I want my man to bring me flowers. I want him to give me words of affirmation. I love you. You know, I think you're beautiful. And at times we can forget to do the same.
That's right.
You know,
That's
so
right.
it definitely has to be reciprocated.
Because basically, you know, men do a lot of the right things in the beginning.
They do. And women too.
To impress the girl. Yeah.
Women
We
too.
talk about relationship,
Right.
right?
You
And
might
then
say that you
they
like
get-
home cooked food, right?
love home cooked food.
Okay, so then if you start dating a woman in the very early stages, she gonna start dating, and then after she gets comfortable with you, after she knows
No
that she
more
has
home
you,
cooked food.
she's not gonna cook like that no more.
Why is that though?
because people get comfortable,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Facts.
Right?
Facts.
and
Wow.
especially I feel that people get comfortable once the words "I love you" come out, because I love
those
you
are
is
strong words. We can't
they
mess
are-
around with them.
I know, but some
Some three
people
words.
play around with it.
Say that again?
Some people play around with those words.
Yeah.
That's true. They don't really mean it. They just say that because they think that's what you want to hear, or you know, they really don't mean it.
And what you were saying?
I love you. It takes more than just to say I love you. You have to show
You gotta
it,
show it.
Yeah,
you know. But
You gotta mean it.
mean
you definitely
it,
have
show
to mean it,
Yes.
and you mean it by showing it, you know, being consistent in your actions every day, you know. It could be the simplest things, you know, like I might be used to whoever I'm dating and it's a relationship with texting me all day, and we might stop, and that's okay, but every now and then just start texting me, you know, hey babe, how's your day, just that third, because we do have hard days.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the key to a successful relationship, you gotta keep
Be
the same
consistent.
fun,
Yes.
be consistent,
Yes.
and just
Yes.
Don't stop doing what you did to get me.
that's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Don't stop that, because that's what
Don't
got
stop.
you in the first place.
Yes.
Yes.
Basically,
Mm-hmm.
the dating, dope.
You're courting her.
Huh?
You're courting your lady,
That's
right?
right. Facts.
So you're doing everything that you know she like. You're paying attention. So even the things that she's not telling
Fellas,
you.
pay attention too. Like, listen.
Yes.
Listen to your women.
Yes.
Women, listen to your guys
Yes.
too. Like,
Yes.
they ain't just talking for no reason. They, you know, if you hear them complain a lot, you know, do something about it. Like, you know, make sure they ain't complaining no more. And, you know,
Guys seem to be, they're not really complainers. They'll mention something, you know, maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
I've learned over time that what they say is exactly what the issue is or what needs work. A lot of times they can say, I don't like makeup, you know, and we're like, all right, well, I like it. And it enhances my beauty. And it's like, God forbid, he steps out and you see him with somebody, or y'all break up and you see him with a young lady that doesn't wear makeup, and you're like, oh, well, she don't dress better than me. Well, it's not about that.
that's right.
It's about he didn't like makeup. When he got with you, you wasn't wearing makeup, and it's okay to do it sometimes, right? But you also have to realize that you have a mate,
That's
and
right.
it's a partnership, and you have to work with him just like he has to work with you.
Yeah.
And you want him to understand you and move from that standing point. So if he's telling you you don't like makeup, why are you constantly wearing it?
Facts. I'm a brother who don't like makeup. But if you wear makeup, I'm not going to break up with you, or, you know what I mean?
But you don't want your lady, or I don't think you want your lady going to sleep in her makeup and waking up with makeup on.
No.
No, I just think women are more prettier natural without their makeup
Right.
than they is with their makeup.
Right. I agree.
Sometimes, yeah.
Huh? You agree?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. I mean, that's how I am. You know what I mean?
But you have some women that like to enhance their features.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with
That's
that.
right. At the end of the day, it's her appearance. She got to do what make her happy. Like a brother got to do what make him happy, you know?
That's true. I mean, I don't think if my partner, one man said he don't like makeup, if I like makeup, then I'm gonna wear makeup.
Yeah, makeup shouldn't be a big. That shit.
But you're going to compromise. You're not going to wear it as much.
Wear
That's
as
right.
much.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
not gonna.
So a lot of times I feel in relationships, especially now in the dating scene, in the relationship world, no one wants to compromise. Everyone wants what they want.
Everybody's stuck in their own ways.
Right. And it's like, you're never going to be able to coexist with someone if you're not ready to compromise. You know, everything is a give and take.
True.
You agree?
If I say I don't like something, you need to stop doing it.
Yeah, because we're
Period.
a little bit more harsh when we don't like something.
So
If I say don't do that,
let me
Don't do
ask y'all. Why do y'all think most relationships fail so quickly?
in this generation or just like
All generations.
I can't speak for all generations, but I can speak for this one. And I would say, like I said earlier, like lack of communication. So I would say social media too.
Yeah, social
A
media.
lot of women will look at what other people are doing on social media and say, "Oh, I want my man to do this," like them. But when he can't deliver, then it's a problem. So I would say social media too.
Yeah, social media did a lot of damage. Everybody
It
competing with
did.
each other.
Yeah, it's a competition now.
I'm going to add to that and say effort,
Yeah.
right? No one wants to effort and work, and they go hand in hand. No one wants to put in the effort to make it work. You know, I feel at 39 years old, you know, in our days when we was coming up, 14, 15 years old, if you and your girlfriend had an argument, you was mad, right? But you worked
Through it.
to
Yeah.
see what the issue was, you know, and to get her back. Now,
Not these days.
oh no,
These
definitely.
days.
Yeah. These days they're not putting in any effort. They don't care.
I don't care.
They don't care.
Like, whatever.
Get on to the next.
Yeah. It's like, I don't have time for that, you know? And it's like, how are you going to find anything of good substance if you're not willing to put in the effort to work for something?
Just lazy. They don't care no more.
They don't care enough.
They don't care no more. Yeah. They feel like they can find better until they don't. and they can't.
So they stuck,
Yeah.
they by themselves forever.
Then you be by yourself.
So that's what y'all think the reason for all the failed relationships?
Definitely.
No effort, yeah. No
Definitely.
effort. Social
People,
media.
I
all that.
believe that if we had a
What about
audience
trust
here,
and stuff
people
like
would
that?
say that's what, yeah,
The lies,
definitely.
stuff like that.
But that comes from communication.
Yeah. You have to communicate.
Nobody just cheats,
Yeah.
right? Nobody just steps out and cheats.
Right.
There's things that take place
Some people step out and cheat.
just to cheat.
Yes.
For no reason?
Whoa,
Yeah.
how you know?
I know that.
How you know?
He's a man, so yeah.
I was a kid, and I know when I was a kid, back in the days, it was a sport to see who could sleep with the most women.
You still look sport
This high school. This is
now.
this 26 years ago, 26 to 30 years ago. So people cheat just to cheat for no reason. I got friends who used to cheat for no reason. They wife, they girlfriends, they boyfriends could be doing whatever, and they just cheat for no reason. I don't know about right now, but in the past, yes, I know
I think
girls
right
who
now
cheat.
too.
Hmm?
I think it's the same right now. A lot of people just cheat for no reason.
I mean,
Just
girls.
they be bored or just.
I know women who cheat, and I know men who cheat,
Yeah. Both.
and for no reason. Some people just not satisfied with one
We're
person.
not. Yeah. I agree.
Y'all agree?
That's a whole nother conversation too.
I can agree.
You never,
Disagree.
you don't know nobody who just cheated for
Just
no
to cheat?
reason, without going through any type of issues with their significant other.
Because nobody's perfect.
Yeah,
I don't care
nobody's
how.
perfect.
I don't care how you put it. Right? Nobody's
But then
perfect.
some people be making excuses. You might ask somebody why you cheated.
I mean,
because she stopped cooking dinner. That's
Yeah.
no, I
She
mean,
little.
I don't
she
think that there's
like-
a reason to cheat. Let me state that. I don't think that you have a reason to cheat. Right? I don't believe in cheating.
yeah.
Everyone's reason or everybody's definition of cheating is different. My definition of cheating is anything that you do with the opposite sex that you don't tell your mate. So if I'm in a relationship and I have a friend named Jack and I go have drinks with him or something like that, I feel that when I get home,
You should tell
at some point in time, I'm having this open dialogue with my mate.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And some people say, "Oh, I didn't remember." Okay, so when you did remember, you still didn't say anything. There's a reason for that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a fact. So, you agree?
Yeah. I
I
agree.
basically think cheating, like you said, if you go on a date with your homeboy,
And he's a homeboy. Your mate should know.
if your boyfriend don't know him, that's your homeboy, he don't know, that's cheating.
I agree.
Because his family can see you
Yeah.
with this person,
Yeah.
and then you making them look bad. Well, another friend can see you with the person. This go both ways, guys and girls,
Yeah.
and that make the guy look bad. Like, damn, she messed with, you know what I mean? And you out on a date, and it could be an honest date, a regular my homeboy. But if it's your homeboy, you should tell
Your mate. At
Your
some
mate,
point
yeah.
in time. Right? Your mate shouldn't have male or female.
you should
Either
have to
mate.
find out.
Right. Nobody
Nobody
should
else.
ever have to.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Are you involved? Because we didn't get to that. Are you single or are you involved?
Yeah, I'm single.
Why are you single?
I'm waiting for God to bring the right person along. Like,
God.
I just want to be happy, and God gonna bring the right person to me.
God?
You can't rush this relationship thing.
Oh, I agree.
I've been through. I need.
We've all been through things, right? But that goes along with the saying, if I knew then what I know now. And age and only wisdom come from age, experiences, and situationships. Right?
Yeah.
So, if you didn't go through anything, you wouldn't know what you like, what you don't like, what to accept, what not to accept.
Exactly.
Right? And you definitely wouldn't know what you're waiting on God to send you.
Fact. Let me ask you. Let me ask the women something. Like, Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do women cheat?
Why do women cheat? I mean, I wouldn't know, but you know,
I don't know neither.
I don't know.
But I'm pretty sure y'all got
I'm just gonna
friends
take a
who.
guess.
I'm pretty sure y'all got friends who cheated.
So
And
honestly,
they tell y'all why they
yeah,
cheated.
yeah, honestly, we require certain things, right? And and requiring certain things, you have to communicate that to your mate. Just like men, although men might not believe this, we don't like repeating ourselves, right?
Right.
Next.
Saying things over and over.
Yeah.
So if I tell you that, you know, I don't appreciate you not dating me, not taking me on dates, you know, and not keeping it
Gotta
fun.
fix that.
Yeah.
Then you
She
leave
giving you a warning.
right, you leave the door open.
For somebody else to take you.
Right. I believe that you shouldn't cheat, you should just go your separate ways.
I'm about to say that.
I believe that too.
Right?
Yeah, I believe that too.
I like to walk away with a clean slate.
That's right. So nobody can say nothing about you. They can't say you did them dirty or nothing.
Yeah. But if I
She
gotta tell
handled
you
like
50
she
million
handled
times,
like a real woman.
like,
What she did was broke.
yeah,
Facts.
I'm out. Like I don't like repeating myself. So
Yeah. But what you're saying is you're not contradicting yourself. Not yourself, but you contradicting the answer a little bit.
What's your
because
answer?
You said women don't like. You said people. Not even to say women. You said people don't like repeating themselves. And it's like you saying it like that's giving them a reason to
No, I said
step out.
I've heard. I said I don't believe in cheating.
Yeah, you don't believe in it, but
So
it's
I'm
like,
not contradicting. But I've heard.
But that's what you think.
That's what I've
women cheat.
heard.
Oh, that's
The
right.
reason, you know,
got you.
I can't tell them, although I do, you know, I have friends that have stepped out.
You know why I think you stepped out before?
I had friends that have stepped out.
You know what I think too? I think some women and some men, because I keep saying women because I'm talking to y'all, but I feel like, I'm going to say women, some women cheat, but they don't want to lose their man. So that's why they
Men
cheat.
too.
They might want to do something with this person or he not doing, like you said,
What you're not doing, it could be,
He not
be like
exciting
your
no
man
more.
work a lot and he don't have time to do nothing. So
you're not making time.
You're not making time,
Right?
and then you meet somebody that's
Because a lot of people get
got time
complacent.
to take you out and it's fun.
But your man not making. Listen, you said that man not making time.
I'm making
But then you meet somebody. How you meeting somebody? You got a boyfriend.
Because your boyfriend always at work.
Why you look at me?
You're not making time. He not around. So you got free time.
She met him at work.
She met him anyway. Like
Just like guys meet women anywhere.
Anywhere, literally.
Just like guys meet women anywhere. Women can also meet men anywhere. And men that want, you know how y'all see something, you want it, you're paying attention to it.
Yeah, facts.
Okay, so when you pay attention to something, right, and you put the work in,
y'all eventually get it.
I done had homegirls who told me they cheated on their boyfriends. I'm like, yo, why you cheating? Why you don't just tell them you're not happy and break out? And their response was, I don't want to be alone. They're scared to be alone. Meaning, if they break up with their boyfriend, that don't mean they're going to nick the person they talking to, that's going to be their boyfriend. So, a security thing. You know, some people just don't want to be alone.
I've never heard that reason, but.
Or the man pay all the bills and take care of them financially.
See, that's using it. Then that's like you using a person.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons, though. I know.
And that's not right, using a person.
But everybody uses somebody.
And this go for women and men. We ain't
Right.
just, I'm talking to the women and they talking to me, so.
Right. But everybody,
You know what I mean?
there's nothing wrong with using someone. The confusion and the hurt come from misusing.
Misusing.
Right? So a child uses its parents.
That's right.
A patient uses the doctor. Teacher, the kids use it. Everyone uses. This is a world. Everything in the world relies on something using someone or something. But the hurt and the confusion come in when you don't misuse me.
Right.
Just because you know
I
that
agree.
I'm going to be there for you. Don't do it just cause. Don't call on me
Facts.
just cause. Actually need me.
Thanks. That's a fact. That's something to say.
No, I
Alright.
agree. I agree.
Do y'all feel like in a relationship, should it be 50-50 as far as expenses?
It depends.
No.
It shouldn't be 50-50?
No.
Why not?
It depends
Not
on.
saying I don't
No,
agree
I'm
with you.
saying it depends. In today's society, it can never be 50-50. Right?
I agree.
Right now, we live in a day and age where women can make more than they make. So I believe, for me, I would say it will fall under the guidelines of occupation, and what you agree to.
Yeah.
Because
depends.
you'll meet some men and women that don't mind doing 50-50,
Yeah.
right? I mind where I might want him to pay the mortgage and I do the utilities and the food.
But you know the mortgage is way more than utilities, right?
Yeah, but she's still
Right,
helping
but
out.
that's why I
Like,
say he paid the
everything
mortgage.
is not on the man.
I'll pay the utilities. I'll do the food, and we'll figure everything else out.
I understand what you're saying. So how you feel?
I feel like it depends on the household, whatever y'all agree to, and like how much you make.
Yeah. So if
But
the lady is making $180 salary, and a guy making $50,000 salary,
I don't even.
You can't split things how I said it. That's what I said. It depends.
no, you already could, because if they
So if I'm
living
making
in- they living in somewhere
$180,000,
and ain't no crazy amount to be paid, then
if I'm making $180,000 and I'm living, let's say I'm living upstate New York,
yeah.
right? Then I'll pay the mortgage,
That's cheap.
and then
To
he
live
can take care of the car and the utilities and different things of that sort. Then the roles
definitely-
reverse.
Yeah, it depends on the person. Some women think men are supposed to pay for everything, all the bills, the mortgage, the rent, and
And why is that? I know you got friends. I know you're not like that, but why is that though? Oh, you like that?
No, I'm not like that.
It's my little cousin. It's my
I'm not
flesh and
like
blood
that.
right here.
But I think some women go off of what how it used to be back in the day.
Back in the days,
When-
our grandparents,
The
grandfather, they took
husband
care.
went
they
out
took care.
and he provided, he paid all the bills. And I think some women just want that, like they don't want to work, or they just feel like their man should pay for everything.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you got friends like that too, right?
I do.
And what's their reasons for that?
For wanting to be 50-50?
No, for wanting the guy to
For
pay
men to pay.
everything.
You just gotta get you a man that
I don't get that.
don't mind doing that. I feel like that could work for you.
I don't get that. Paying everything? That's crazy.
That's what they're accustomed to.
You men are supposed to be providers. And
Not saying that's wrong. I just
would you do that in your relationship, or would you do 50-50?
I wouldn't want to be in a relationship where I have to pay everything.
If you could afford it, would you do that?
I mean, no. Because I wouldn't want to be in a relationship where I got to pay everything. Why I got to pay everything? Why I got to invest so much?
And that's the conversation you and your
and what
partner
you
should
what
have.
you doing?
Yeah.
Now if she ain't working, and I gotta hold it down.
Right.
But she gotta do the little things, the cooking, the cleaning, and you know
Still
what I mean?
gotta
Like,
keep up the household.
yeah, she gotta
I
make sure
agree,
the
yeah,
household is up to
Take
par
care of kids and all that.
comfortable for me.
I agree.
But I don't want to get in a relationship where I gotta pay everything. It shouldn't be like that. I think the women should let the guy know they can contribute.
That goes with different cultures too. Some cultures
That's very
The
true.
man pays for every single
That's
thing.
very true.
Nah,
And the
I
wife
mean, knocking the
just
man
take care of the
who
household.
does that. That's
Yeah.
great. That's popping. That's what's up. I'm saying, me in general, I wouldn't want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but I will do it. But I wouldn't want to if she could help out. Now, if she can't, then I would love to. But if she getting as much money as me, or
Is that a deal breaker?
if I'm getting
Mhm.
200,000 a year and she getting 50, still pay for something,
A
Most
small
women
bill.
nowadays
Yeah.
will pay for something.
huh?
Yeah.
Most women will contribute to a household nowadays, I believe.
I feel like
I agree.
we really don't have a choice sometimes.
I ain't gonna say most, but nah, not most. Out of 100 people, what you think?
Out of 100 people,
Out of 100 women,
women,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give up for my women and say 80.
yeah. A lot of men are with women and they don't do anything. They don't help out. They don't do shit.
So
So
you
we
saying-
really ain't got no choice.
So you
But
telling me 80% women helps out the
Yes.
household
Yes.
financially?
Yes.
yes,
That's crazy. I never knew that.
I do. I do it.
Where you get these numbers from? Where y'all get these numbers from?
Listen, will you get yours?
Those are the
your
numbers.
from?
That's statistics.
But y'all don't know
Like,
my numbers though. I'm just saying 80% is.
do you,
is-
in your
80%
experience, do you
because
think,
now in today's society, women have stepped out, right? They're
Yes.
accomplishing things. A lot of women have
making
went
a
back
lot
to
more
school.
money? Yeah.
They've gotten their degrees, the masters. I have 1,000 friends.
I
that
mean,
have
the
their
woman I
masters.
done mess with, like took seriously since I started dating. Yeah, you could say that.
They help out.
You could say 80% because they.
Okay, yeah,
But I like different type of women. My women, I'm not attracted to a girl who can't.
Contribute.
Yeah.
Contribute or provide. For
And I
themselves.
just know that from just my mind don't make me. I just know who, and I'm not looking for girls or don't look for girls looking like she can contribute. Let me talk to her. I don't know. I just pick girls that I feel like it's a
Okay,
universe
that
thing.
works for you. Okay.
I just know it's a universe thing. Like I'm not attracted to women who I don't think can't help out or nothing like
Or
that.
help themselves.
So that 80%.
Yes.
You type right because I'm thinking about myself in the relationships I've been in,
Mm-hmm.
and I can say 80% of the women, my girlfriends I had in life, would help out. Yeah, but that's not the case worldwide, though. Definitely not. Definitely not. You know what I mean? So, damn. How do y'all know when you in love? Like, how do you know when you in love with a guy? You ever been in love before?
Yeah.
You ever been in love before?
Yes.
How do
When
you
I
know
feel
when
like-
you
When I
When
would
you
do
in
anything.
love.
When I would do anything.
loving a
Like,
guy and in love is
Yeah,
It's
it's
two
two
totally
different
different
totally
things.
different. So how do you know when you in
In
love
love.
with a guy?
You know when you start putting him first.
Yes.
You're
When you would do
making
anything for
plans.
that.
Yeah, you're making plans, and in all your plans,
It's
You consider him
we now,
first.
and in your eyes,
Yeah.
right?
yes.
Yes.
And being in love is an amazing thing.
You said what?
It's amazing.
Love?
Yes.
Being in
Being
love?
in love is
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it an amazing thing?
Who doesn't want to be in love and be loved by someone?
I've been in love one time my whole life with a girl.
And how
One
did you
time.
know that you was in love with her?
How did you know?
Cause I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like I was I couldn't stop thinking about it. And then when I stopped messing with her, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like it took me a long time to get over it. That's when I knew, and I never felt that way again in my life. So I knew I was in love. Like every day I want to talk to her on the phone. If I don't see her, I'm thinking about what she's doing. I could be with my homies and I'm thinking about her.
Yeah. That sounds like It sounds like being in love to me.
That's a love, right? You agree? That's a love, right?
Yeah.
I don't think love live here no more. Like
It lives where? With you?
nowhere. And love, I don't see nobody in love no more.
Because everything is
And then when you're in love again, you don't even know. When I was in love, I could see a girl, a pretty girl.
And then it didn't even matter.
She's just pretty. I don't even.
So what happened? What do you think happened? What do you think happened?
I was young.
I know, but now in today's society, because you just made a statement.
Why I don't think I could ever be in love again?
Mm-hmm. Or why you don't see people in love?
I think I wouldn't, cause like I just said, when I was in love and I stopped messing with the girl, it took me a long time to get over it.
You didn't get over
So I
it.
think my body, my mind, and I think
He gonna say, I only been in love one time. You didn't get over it. You never healed.
that's what you think.
That's what it is.
I never healed.
If you see her now,
I think I didn't see the over the
But
years.
why haven't you-
It's love. It's love. I'm saying
You haven't allowed yourself to become vulnerable to be in love again.
Yeah.
Why
I
is
don't
that?
think it's me. I think something just got over me where I like, nigga, you ain't getting in love ever again. Like, I'm not making myself like that. It just happened. Like, I don't know.
You're in control of
I
yourself.
wish I
right?
would, you know what? I wish I could fall in love again. I'm just saying.
The women you meeting are not making you fall in love with them. Is what you're saying?
I don't know. I just think
It's
I'm
not.
over
A lot
falling
of
in love.
things.
I don't, in love don't live here no more. I don't know.
You've closed yourself off.
I can't answer that question.
You've closed yourself off to being vulnerable. So
To be in love, right?
in order to fall in love, you have to allow your walls to come down. But healing has to take place before that. In order
Yeah.
for your walls to come down, and you have to become vulnerable. Nobody wants to become vulnerable because everybody has went through past situations and circumstances that has created walls.
But can I say something? It's not me creating a war though. It's
It is
just.
you creating the war.
It's not. I promise
Who's
you.
creating it? If
Huh?
it's not you, who's creating the war? If it's not you,
God,
so God is protecting you from these women that you're meeting.
absolutely.
I mean, if you want to look at it like that, you know.
God is the protector, the savior. He making sure I don't.
Okay.
You know, God know I got other stuff in store. I got a mission, and the women being in love could distract me. That makes sense.
That's your
Yeah,
excuse?
it's like, but you don't want to fall in love either.
I promise you.
Because of what
when
you.
I was in love and me and that person broke up, I ain't tell myself I ain't never fall in love again. It just never happened. And this when I was a kid, so it's like
But you didn't tell yourself. What you did was you created a wall, and you've been living with
God created the wall.
it. No. You.
Protecting me, a shield, a protective
You.
shield.
You created a wall.
Nah, I'm not that strong enough to create a wall.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
are.
control
You
my
control your
emotions.
actions. You do self-control
Yeah.
your emotions.
Not really. Nobody can really control their emotions.
Why you say that?
I can make it seem like I can control it. Like you might not know what I'm thinking about, but I can't control it.
If somebody
course you
runs into your car, and God forbid you're in it, you're not going to get out and beat them up and cause physical harm on them. You're going to be upset, but you're going to control yourself.
Yeah. So you can control your emotions and your feelings.
Nah, but if somebody, that's crazy. Somebody just hit my car. I wasn't mad at all. Actually, I was hoping they was alright before anything.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, you can't. You could control your emotions, but you really can't. Because if you sad, you sad. You might not show it. You can control how it may appear, but not love. Nah, you can't do that with love. I mean, my opinion. To each his own.
So you saying these women are not bringing out those feelings that you,
No one has made you feel
women.
safe.
you're at.
Nah, women is dope. I love women. But I'm saying,
But no one has made you feel safe enough.
I don't think I could ever be in love again.
Then you closed off, created a wall. No,
Not me.
you.
God.
Not me.
God.
No,
created the
you.
world.
Godson. Godson.
We're all
Okay.
God's
I got a
children.
mission. I got a mission and God know
So
I
you think
can't
he
really.
won't? He'll open back up the walls.
God didn't put you
I
here
would
to-
love to be in love right now.
So then, what's the...
It's not. I wouldn't. I don't know. I
The
done
women you
had
meeting is not giving
girlfriends
in
over
love.
the years, and I was never in love. Like, cause I know what in love is. I never think about all day long. I mean, nonstop. When I was a kid, though. I was a kid. That don't really count.
It does count.
It count? I'm like,
It definitely counts. Because that's the foundation. You know, your first love is the foundation.
Yeah.
It breaks you in,
Mm.
right? It allows you
Your
to...
first love.
My first love.
I knew your first love, right?
Yes.
That was my people's. Now this scenario different. I can't even say when y'all broke up. Cause you know what I mean? Did y'all break up?
We did.
How you felt? How did you feel?
I was
Y'all
on
broke
the
up.
I was on the phone
How did you feel?
singing Let It Burn.
Oh my God. You had it bad.
You were singing it?
I was singing.
Why would
Because
you
I
sing?
met him 14, going into a few months, just shy of 15 years old. And then we broke up. I had my son at 19. We broke up when my son probably was about a year before we got back together,
Yeah.
right? And this is a person that I was in love with. And, you know, being in love is, I love love, you know. I love loving on someone
Yeah, love is a
correctly.
beautiful thing.
Right.
Mhm.
And, you know, when you have differences and you can't work them out and you choose to go your separate ways, especially when you bring a child is involved, it's like the worst feeling in the world. You know, this is your family, this is your
Yeah.
best friend. You know, you don't see you two at odds. So when it happens, it's very unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to navigate through it the best way that you know how. So, you know, it's a lot of confusion. And then you're young. You don't really know.
Yeah, yeah.
So you
So
do the best that you can.
Facts. So how long it took you to get over that person, your first love? I don't know. I don't know if it was normal. Like.
I don't
It
think
took
I've
me a
ever
minute.
gotten over him, right? And he
Was
was
it a minute?
murdered.
It took you a while?
I've never gotten over him.
Oh gosh. Your first love.
What about it?
When you broke up with the person,
Yeah.
how did you feel? How long did it take you to get over him?
Not that long.
Not that long?
No.
So you wasn't in love then?
I was just tired of a lot of stuff.
Oh, you
So it was
tired.
just easier to get over that person.
Got you.
But yeah, I definitely was in love. It was that's just how I am.
Got you.
Once I get tired of shit, like,
Got you.
I don't like you no more. So
All right. How long do y'all say y'all should be in a relationship before y'all should get married?
It shouldn't be no longer than 2 years, I feel.
I feel 5. I feel like after
So you think
about 4 years.
So you think after dating a guy, he should propose to you after 2 years?
After 2 years, what are you waiting for?
I mean, at this age, you're not old. I'm saying
This is my
day and
issue.
age,
This is
you
my
mean?
issue.
Mm-hmm.
We go through, I need to have it all together,
That's right.
and you could never have it all together,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
You could be financially stable, but not mentally stable. You could be
Yeah.
mentally stable and not emotionally stable.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you talking about? When are you going to have it together? You're not 100%, and neither is the other person. You're supposed to come together to complete the whole thing.
2 years fast though.
2 years isn't fast.
2 years go by quick.
Well,
think 2 years
a
is
lot of
fast.
times people date. They don't wait to be intimate.
Nobody really wait for that.
So you want everything underneath the sun. You want the female to be intimate. You want her to cook. You want her to
Want to do
support
wifely
you,
duties.
but you want to drag it out
Yeah.
and put a ring on it. Why?
Yeah, why do
You already experiencing things. You already see how it's gonna be.
Why do men do that? No, why do men do that? Why
Women
y'all
do
want
that too.
us to do all the wifely duties, but don't want to make us a wife?
Nah, you said all the wife duties,
Yeah,
but
cooking,
don't want to.
make us a wife.
You know the old saying?
Nah, you said 5 years though. 5 years is long enough.
I feel like 4 to 5 years.
5 years is a good amount of time because you gotta really
I
get
think
to
it's
know
a
a
good
person. I don't think you could fully
In 2 years,
know
no.
a person in 2
people
years.
really, in my experience,
What
five
don't you
years.
know?
Like,
I
In
just
2 years,
so that
you
means
can. It's possible.
so that means you're not being intimate.
What you mean?
What you mean?
Oh,
If you're gonna take time to get to know,
So you mean?
so let's take all the time to get to know all the ins and outs. Because what happens is when you become intimate, now you're getting emotionally attached, and now you're blindsided by certain things. So the longer you prolong it, right, you're really not going to propose.
Facts. No, not facts, but I hear you.
Why
I
pay
agree
for
with you,
the
but
Why
I
pay
hear
for the
you.
cow if you're getting the milk
No,
for
but
free?
I understand what you mean. So you basically
You
saying,
heard what I said?
say again?
Why pay for the cow if you're getting the milk for free?
Yeah. So 2 years, you feel like a couple should know each other well enough to get married.
Yes.
you saying
5
they should
years.
get married in 2 years,
They
or
should
they
get
should, or they
engaged.
know?
Because once you
each
get
other?
engaged,
But you can
2
be
years.
engaged for 10 years.
Who's doing that?
I know
that.
somebody who's been engaged for, they still engaged.
They playing.
They
They got
don't-
engaged in 2013.
No, they
that
playing.
was, I don't know. I
They
don't like
playing
to speak
around.
on no one's, but
They playing around.
But they probably don't got the money to
Call
for a
it
big
off.
wedding or
Well,
something.
you
I
shouldn't
don't
be
know.
proposing
Because
to
you know
nobody.
that women nowadays want big weddings and all that. Weddings that cost 200,000, right?
I want a nice honeymoon. I do want a nice wedding. I'm lying. I want a nice wedding. It don't gotta be 200,000
Right?
though.
You want a
So,
big wedding?
I do.
I feel
My
like I
daddy has
deserve
to walk
that.
me down the aisle.
200,000.
My dad is gonna pay. I'm old fashioned.
Your dad shouldn't have nothing to do with that.
The father's pay. He has to ask my dad.
He's not your husband. Your
He has
husband
to
should do
ask
that.
for my dad to my
And
hand
then
in
if your
marriage.
husband don't got it, you should
Then we're gonna work it out.
take in consideration he don't got that money for
Well,
that
you get
big wedding.
engaged after 2 years, and then you plan your wedding. It takes like another year, right? But you should have a joint account, so y'all saving up.
2 years is crazy.
To each his own.
It's easy. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years.
So the next time,
You ain't saying nothing wrong.
the next time you're dating, after 5 years, I want to see a ring on the young lady's finger.
She said 5 years.
5 years.
I
You
ain't
said
saying-
yeah. You agreed.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's way better than 2. 2 years is crazy. 2 years,
I
that's
think
fast.
after the third or going on the third year, y'all
In
should
all
be
reality,
talking
it
about
should be no
marriage.
time frame.
I think everybody has a preference.
You meet somebody today and you want to, and you want to get
A lot
married
of men
tomorrow.
know
you
if
should
they want to
propose.
Yeah.
marry, they're doing
You have
that
people that
thing.
get
Yeah.
married after 6 months and they've been married 20 something
You
years.
They've
think
been
1
married
week?
for a long
You think 1
time.
week is too fast?
Yes.
1 week, really?
How?
You're being funny.
No, I'm not. Like, you
1
said
week
2
is
years,
crazy.
and I think that's too quick.
This is not.
There's people
This
that-
is not Big
But look,
and
there's people that can
Faith.
say
This
the
is not
same
Biggie and
things
Faith.
you said after 2 weeks. I'm like, nah. After 2 weeks, I know everything about that person.
No.
No, it's people that agree. Like, it's people that believe stuff like that. Y'all tell me that's
It's crazy.
impossible?
After 2 weeks, they know.
It's a show. I can't think of it.
I can't think of nobody either, but I'm saying it's not impossible.
You think
not
after
impossible.
2 weeks you really know that person?
No, some people
So some people say
propose without really getting to know the person.
it's crazy.
That's why so many marriages fail. You don't really get to know the person. You don't really know the person. You agree?
Instead of just waiting.
A lot of marriages fail because they didn't know each other the way they thought they knew each other.
No,
Correct.
I don't agree.
You don't agree? You don't agree with that, not saying.
I do agree with
You
that.
ain't agree with
They
that,
don't
not
really
saying
get
that.
to know the person. But then you got to ask why were you rushing to get married in the first place?
but it's really no rush because love should be. If
Then
I,
it's
if
gonna
I
feel.
could go
You
out,
don't really know that
if I
person.
could go on vacation today and meet somebody, and we kicking it, and I want to propose to her, it shouldn't be a time frame.
You don't really know somebody till you. I feel like you live with them.
I know you. No, I'm just saying in general. It's no.
Yeah, I feel like
it's no time frame. Because once then he said 2 years is no time frame.
There's no
So I
time frame.
think 2 years is too
It
fast.
depends on the couple.
Yeah.
it really does. If y'all
For
feel
you,
like
right?
2
It's
years,
too fast.
yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But
You
you
feel like
might,
2 years
God
is
might
good?
send you this young lady,
Yeah, God might.
and in 2
Take that
years,
block off.
you'll be talking about Danny. Guess what? I'll be like, what? I propose.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what God got in store for me, then I'm with it. You know what I mean?
You gotta take that block off first.
Now, how long when you dating somebody, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How long do you think y'all should make the person wait before y'all get intimate? It's a time frame on that too?
Yes.
It's a time frame.
3 months.
90 days. Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
I mean, I'm just gonna say that, but you know, a lot of people don't follow that.
I
90 days.
not too much?
To each his own.
You think 2 months too fast?
No. To each his own.
You think 1 month too
I'm not-
fast?
I'm not gonna
I
say
think
that
1 month is
because
too fast.
I've broken my 3-month rule and
Yeah.
given in 2 months.
3 month rule?
Yes.
You got 3 month rule?
Yes.
How about you? You got 3 month rule?
No,
Huh?
no, I don't have a rule, but
But
it's,
why
just,
you-
it's what
why-
I feel like.
What made
Because
you
you
say,
get to see a
what made you say
person.
3 months?
Because-
Like what, that number?
Well-
3 months.
You get to see a
90
person.
days.
30 days, the representative. 60 days, they starting to unravel, right? By 90 days, you get to see everything.
So you just made that number up, 90 days. That's that. I never got
That's
that when women say
that's
3
something
months.
that
Like,
I'm comfortable with.
I feel like
See,
no, but that's cool though. That's cool because that's not. But damn,
how
and-
long
and-
has a woman made you wait? What's the longest?
What's
she
the
made-
longest?
I've been with I know a woman I dated and she tried that 90 day shit with me.
And what happened?
Where they get that from? That's a movie, right? When they do that shit, right?
Think like a man.
No, I got that from my mother and my grandmother. I don't know about a movie.
But the movie probably got it from older people, back in the day. Shit,
Think,
you know what I mean? But
think like a man.
damn, like
I don't know.
Yeah. And from that movie.
I mean, the question should be how long I stuck around. Like, so I remember I was in high school and I don't know, a girl tried to make me wait, and I wasn't with it. Type shit. Like, you know what I mean? But it ain't really about it ain't.
How long? Like,
Everybody is different. I know people that have
Yeah, it ain't
that
really about
be
the
intimate
time
on the
frame
first
with-
night.
I mean,
and
'cause
they be
back-
together
and they be-
forever.
yeah.
Everybody is just different, you
Let
know.
me tell you, when we was in high school back in the days, and if a girl give it up in a week, she's easy.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Not now.
Nah, you don't
'Cause
grow up.
everybody
So
give it
you
up.
go out to a club, you meet somebody, and y'all do what y'all do the first night. You're not easy. Nobody think like that.
So
no
if you
more.
meet a girl and she give you something on the first night,
You wouldn't think
Do I
she
think
is?
she easy?
what
Nah,
are your
I'm just
thoughts?
think she feeling me. I'm gonna think I'm that nigga.
So you
and
never
she
think
feeling
she
me.
easy?
Like, huh?
You don't think she easy? She don't even know
Nah.
that she having sex with you.
It was easy. Nah, no. I don't think that.
No. That's your final answer.
Y'all,
my
in the
friend,
back
man.
of your
That's-
mind,
that's
y'all
my-
say no, but in the back of your mind, I really do think that.
Not at this age. I'm
You
saying.
have. Let me ask you. Okay, so
not at my age.
let me
Not
ask
my
you
age,
this,
not at my
because you have
age.
sisters.
I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going
You
to
have
say
sisters?
that one of your sisters was doing that. Like
Yeah, what
I
was
wouldn't know that if they
No, how would you feel? What would be your advice?
the first night.
Yeah,
I go crazy.
Okay.
I would
exactly.
go crazy.
See, a lot of
But you know, I wasn't like that. Yeah, I wasn't like that.
No.
No.
You
But I still wouldn't think they easy. I'm like, all right, she was feeling him. You know what I mean? He must was like a real smooth brother. You know what I mean?
No.
To put it off in one
when
night.
you give a young man or you give a guy time to courtship, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to say this. How can I word it?
You make him work for it. So
Yeah,
to speak.
because anything of
If you
substance
just give him sleep with him the first night, he don't
is
have
worth
to work.
the work that you're going
Right.
to put in.
He don't have to work for
Yeah.
nothing.
Right.
If you sleep with him
You
the
can
first
make
night,
him work for it, but
Anything easy you don't
says
value.
90 days. though.
Anything easy you do not value.
it's
Anything of good value, you hold on to it, you cherish it, and you work for it. But if it doesn't have any value to it, you throw it away.
Right.
It's like a penny. Most people throw pennies away.
I get what you're
It's no
saying.
value to them.
But I
So
don't
you give
think
it up
should
on the
be-
first night. It's
I don't think it should
crazy.
be I understand what you're saying. You ain't saying nothing wrong though, but 90 days, you gotta, this day and age, you make a brother wait 90 days, he might not be around.
That's fine. Then I wasn't for him.
Yeah, facts, right.
And he
You
wasn't for
definitely
you.
gotta stand on your
Yeah.
shit.
It wasn't for him.
So,
It's not about him. It's about me,
you said
right?
That's her
90. That's
standard.
right.
Yeah,
You said 90. That's right. What you say?
I say at least 2 months.
It's
60
too
days.
much.
Yeah, 2 months.
That was good
They
answers.
definitely
Nah, that was
gonna
good.
wait.
Do you
Listen,
make girls wait, or do you
trust
give them
me.
some?
Men are
You give up
easy.
your? Are you
I make 'em
selective?
No, I make them wait.
Why? Why you make them wait?
Because I ain't easy
How
like
long?
that.
Y'all men are
And
easy.
so I'm ready. I ain't gonna just say 90. It ain't gonna be no
You just go
rule, no
lie like
90
that
day
on
rule.
the camera.
Ain't gonna be no 2 month rule like no. That's my.
Men do not wait.
I can't do it. And nah,
When do y'all ever wait to have sex? Men,
you gotta
y'all
wait.
easy.
Listen, you gotta set standards. Like
Woo!
when I was a
See?
kid,
See?
but not.
What
not,
did you say?
No,
Set
no,
standards.
but not
If
coming in and saying 90 days. That's my rule.
you don't let nobody know that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's like
You just have me let everybody know that now, but
90 days.
you tricky. You just have me-
I'm not. I wouldn't let a girl make her wait 90 days.
We know.
That's too long.
But you definitely have
Because
standards.
what if you seeing her so much? That's too long. If you seeing her 3 times a week,
How long you gonna make a woman wait to have sex with you?
it's not really making them wait. It's just I'm making them wait, but I'm not going to say I'm at 6 weeks. It ain't no time frame because I didn't have sex with girls the first night.
Where they at now?
I mean, I'm single, so I don't know where they at.
Where are they
I
at
said
that's
a few of
now?
them,
But that's my point.
but this is you younger though. This is when you young.
Who's
But
talking about
still, there's a certain standard.
Now,
There's a
We're
certain
talking about now,
standard
yeah.
that a woman has to carry for herself,
that's a fact.
right?
I agree.
And that standard
I agree.
sets the tone for that gentleman. And he will only meet that standard if she holds up to it.
I agree.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well said. I agree. But 90 days is crazy.
That's your
So you telling me
preference.
you see a guy 4 days a week?
I've seen a guy every day.
Yeah, that don't
Every-
mean nothing.
Let me
It's
tell you
when I
something.
feel like giving it to you.
This young man, he took me on a date every day. We spoke throughout the entire day. I broke my 3-month rule and made him wait 2 months.
Oh, so you here?
I broke
So you
it.
human?
I said that. Did I say that? I
she
said
said
I
she
broke
broke
it.
it.
I broke
Okay.
it, and instead of
Okay.
90, he waited
So there
60.
ain't no rule no more.
No.
No, once you break that 90-day rule, it ain't a rule no more.
But it's at
You
her
can't
own
even
discretion.
talk-
She wanted to
You
give it to
can't
him
even.
in 2 months.
No. Once she
That's a
break a
standard,
rule,
but
No.
she can't live by it no more.
No, that's not true.
You don't even got the 90-day rule no more.
No.
You ain't- That's not even a
no,
rule no
if she
more.
meets somebody else and she
No.
want to do the 90-day rule, that still applies. Like, that's her standard. It's 90 days.
Nah, that's dope though.
Yeah.
That's dope though.
She was feeling
That's
him,
dope,
so the 2 months, it'd be like that.
I feel like you shouldn't just be going out there having sex with people fast.
Nah.
But I understand at this age, the older you get, people don't care. It ain't the same type of.
In today's
You know what I
society,
mean?
everything is
They don't care.
instant
They just want to have fun. They
gratification.
just want to have fun. You know what I mean? So, word, they just want to have fun.
instant gratification,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's what we're dealing with in today's society.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, oh no, nobody wants to wait for anything. I don't care what it is. Nobody even wants to wait to go on a date,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the years that I've been dating, right? That gentleman was the first gentleman. I met him, I want to say around 1:30, 2 p.m. in the afternoon. We went on a date that exact same night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Dope. And he was smooth.
Was he? That was amazing.
2 months.
Amazing date.
2 months. They breaking rules.
Yeah,
Broke
for
the
him, I
rule.
broke the rule.
But see, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, it ain't no time frame. Once you feel like you feel,
No, I
you
said
do.
that. I said I have a 3
Yeah,
month. I said,
all right.
but however,
So
I
we
have
agree, though.
broken it.
We agree.
Yes.
We agree. Yeah.
But
It
it's
should
not
be-
those 2 weeks.
But definitely, if you set standards, the guy will respect you more.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
He'll respect you more. Definitely. Word.
If you give it up on the first date,
He still
That's
may
it.
respect you.
It's like a hit or
I don't
miss.
think so. Yeah, it depends on the
He still
man.
may respect you.
It's a
Some
hit or
guys
miss.
don't give a fuck, huh?
Some don't, but it's a hit or miss. I feel like you're
Yeah.
playing devil's advocate at that point.
Okay. Ladies, you about to dope conversation.
This was really nice.
Dope conversation.
Yes.
Instagram names.
The cat's meow.
Instagram names.
Classy_unique.
I had fun with them. I had fun with y'all. I appreciate y'all.
We appreciate you
Corner Store Scoff,
on the store Scoff.
episode 5.
Later.
Get out of here.
That's a wrap.
Get out of here.
Get the squeezing again. We gon' keep going high till they free all the men. We gon' keep going high till they free all the men. Free all the men. Bye.